Boom, baby, we're live. What up, what up, what up? It's me, MLD. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 861, The Harsh Truth. Only this gets you women in 2025. I'm going to harp on it, and the thumbnail kind of gives it away, but I'm just going to break it down even more surgically because that's what we're here to do on this channel, to get your dating life sorted out, because we have a dating crisis in America, and I'm here to help you all out. And don't forget, we're 4 days out from the Masculine Empowerment Network 2.0. It is invite only. And if you want to be considered to join, we're only considering people at skool.com/MLD. You got to join in. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind.
おい、久しぶりだな。急いでるみたいだな。アメリカでお前を待ってるやつのとこまで帰れると思うなよ。もう終わりにするか。死ねよお前。 やめろから逃がさねえぞ。もう終わりだよ。
You know I usually work alone.
Everyone needs a little help sometimes.
Well, I guess we're even now.
You didn't even tell me you were leaving. You know, America is never going to change. The men are lost. The culture is broken.
I know. And I have to try.
It's gonna cost you a lot of trouble. Stay with me. We can do so much good from here.
I'm sorry. I can't. Gotta go.
Fine. Then I'll come with you.
Let's go. It's time to fight.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Interview with the Man featuring me, MLD. And if you want to be part of the Masculine Empowerment Network 2.0, you got to go to skool.com/MLD and make sure it's all lowercase. And then I'll be able to approve or disapprove you into the 151 members strong now. So, guys, how's everybody doing? I gotta say, guys, I have been have you been following me on my Instagram, Hot Dude Life? You guys are probably seeing I've aggressively been on a cut for I've been cutting since June. Excuse me. I've been cutting since June 2nd, right? And I got to tell you, yesterday I had about 1,600 calories. It took me 90 minutes today to get 4 shoulder exercises done. And then I got on the Stairmaster, which I typically do for 40 to 60 minutes. After 10 minutes, my body was completely cooked. This is what happened. I ate. As soon as I came home, I ate some leftover ground turkey and rice, and I made some eggs to put on top of it. And I ate that around, I overslept. Today was my body just was revolting today, guys. Oh boy. I woke up like around 10ish, got to the gym like 10:15, 10:20, left the gym at like 12, cooked a little bit, ate, and then all days, bros. I'm not gonna lie, I've done nothing. I am like, my body just like hit a wall today. I think I've just been going so hard that today my body is kind of like, all right, we're not doing anything all day today. So if I seem like a little tired, that's why. But look at this. Look at that. Is that like, are we Chad Jawline yet or what? Are we Chad Jawline? I feel like maybe we're 10 more. I'm 100. I woke up 178 pounds today. I have blackout curtains. Guys, so here, and another reason, right? I'll just tell you guys because this is going to be a cozy bro stream. Okay, I just don't have it in me to bounce off the walls. But every time I say that, I end up knocking out a banger, right? But I got to say, guys, oh my God, last night I couldn't sleep too because my stomach was empty. You ever been like, you ever have your stomach so empty that you can't fall asleep?
Shut up and take my money.
Stifler's dad, $2 super chat. I love you. Billy says close to Chad Jaw soon. Close. Yeah, I think, yeah, we got a little bit of this guy right here. But that might be because I'm getting older. I might get a surgery to reduce this. I met this really hot Russian girl who did that in Tokyo. She had this whole thing like taken out. And she had a beautiful jaw. Father time comes for us all. Yeah, I'm cooked, boys. I gotta say, guys, I'm totally drained, but I'm here. I'm here to serve. Okay. I also, excuse me, because I've been going so hard. I also booked a flight, and I'll be going to Cancun, Mexico, on the 27th until August 3rd. A much-needed vacation. I've just been going so hard since I've been back to States. Dude, I've only been in the States 2 months, guys. 2 months. I did get the fence installed. It was a cool, how much was that? That was like it was like $12,000. I had to pay $2,000 to clear the land around my property line because like I said, there's bushes and huge trees and everything around me. And then I had to pay to get the vinyl fence installed. That was about $10,000. You know, so we're building a fortress though. Next thing is we're getting total security cameras inside, outside. And I say, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm just a paranoid person. I want to ask you guys this though, okay? I sleep with my bedroom door locked? Like every door in this house is locked. Every window is locked, right? But I sleep in my bed with the door locked with an AR-12 with a 10-round magazine in it, and it's filled with slugs. And there's a couple buckshot mixed in there with a tactical flashlight. Am I the only one that's like that paranoid about everything? Like I always keep a knife with me, and anywhere I travel in the States, if you see me out and about, I have a Glock on me. You know, so I don't know. It's normal. You guys are great. I love you. Normal. Stifler's dad's the same. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just not gonna be a victim, bro. I am not gonna be a victim. You know. Oh, you have karambit knives. Those are great. Those are great for close quarters combat. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the most important factors today, but also Lord Almighty, just talking about, for you guys that are not paying attention to crypto, or you do, I'm just going to kind of pick up where I left off yesterday because I actually have good internet today. So Ethereum's at $3,600, and BlackRock alone bought $560 million. So something is definitely brewing behind the scenes. There's so much money to be made. And like I've been saying, it's looking like Q4. So a couple things are happening too. This is just a side crypto rant, but I just want to do it. So if you don't like it, sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry actually. I just have to say that if these ETF inflows continue at these rates with Ethereum, we're gonna have a fucking crazy end of the year. A lot of people aren't really paying attention right now, but like I pay attention to this stuff with like such obsessive detail, and it's like the greatest freaking publicly available indicator to the world. I almost feel like I'm talking too much about it and I'm gonna like lose my edge because I keep on outing, all the secrets, because we were not surprised about this. We knew crypto week was gonna go down, and we knew all this stuff that was happening. And here we are, bro. Here we are. I'm gonna read some chat. Not normal, smart. Steel door frames on exterior doors, 3M security film on windows. Yeah. Great haircut. I don't think, did I get a haircut? I don't think when did I think I got a haircut in Vegas. Did I get a haircut? Guys, I'm so tired. I don't even remember if I got a haircut. I don't remember. Was somebody here? Guys, I'm telling you, when you get older and you're like just so locked in, because the art of locking in is like a lost art. But I'm so locked in that all I just focus on are like my primary objectives. So my primary objectives right now are losing body fat, masculine empowerment network 2.0, and then handling business stuff on the back end. I will say this too, guys, without a shadow of a doubt, we are official statement, we're going to 9 a.m. shows. We're going to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. These night shows just it's not working for me. They worked better. Like these night shows worked better in Tokyo because it was the morning for me. But we're gonna go to 9 a.m. shows, and we're gonna change a lot of things around here. But we can't keep on leaving Team Europe in the dust. And we're about to get on a whole new level here with some social media growth. The Instagram I have, Interview with the Man, is popping off and it's doing really, really well. But if you're not following me over there, follow me over there. But yeah, so we're gonna catch we're gonna catch a couple things we didn't catch, which is hold on, some news is hitting my desk right now. Man, when crypto is moving, it's moving, boys. Wow. Yeah, so it looks like BlackRock bought $500 million today. Yeah, they know something's up. Something's up. BlackRock runs the world. They don't make mistakes. They don't make mistakes. And they have the Solana ETF is finally getting some traction. It had like 20 million the other day. Well, I'm set for life. Anyways, but come back and do the good old faithful work here. See you guys. So anyways, we're gonna do the morning, guys. And I'm telling you, when will 9 a.m. shows start? Probably after we're done with. Probably when I get back from Mexico. We'll see. I gotta like because it doesn't make sense. Here's why. Okay, so I wake up like 6:30. I love waking up early, guys. It's just like I honestly want to wake up at 5, and I'm gonna start doing that. So I wake up really early. Okay, and then from 6 o'clock to 6:30 ish, I wake up, take any shots I need to take, pre-workout, whatever, and then go to the gym and I exercise, and I'm back around like 8:45, 9, right? And then I'm so like locked in. I just come home, take a freaking ice cold shower, drink a 50-gram protein shake, and then I work from like 9:30 until I get exhausted, which is like around 4 o'clock. But then like from 4 o'clock onwards, I'm pretty fucking useless, guys. I am pretty useless, not gonna lie. And I drag, and then like I have to wait 4 to 5 for 5 hours from 4 to 9 to come do the show. And then again, last night I stayed awake so late because I think the blue light blasted my eyes and I have no food in my stomach. I laid awake yesterday in bed for like, I think almost 2 hours. Finally fell asleep. But yeah, it's just not good for me. And I think I don't know. I think 9 a.m. is better. Overall, we got more votes for 9 a.m. So I appreciate everybody for watching for all these years. And we are in the final steps of putting something big together. And we're going to get to where we really want to be. That is for sure. So in the meantime, let's do my favorite part of the show. Comment review. Let's go to comment review, and we're going to review the last, I think, couple of episodes, right? Because we didn't do, I think we just got to do the AI girlfriend. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's go. Here we go. Nope. All right. France Wild. That intro video is one of the coolest things ever. How could anyone hate on that? I don't know. People, they hate themselves. They hate themselves. Nothing like a ran through city gal, depending on the night of the week, right? Pariah 501. If a random girl handed me her phone and it had my picture on the background, I would be terrified for many reasons. The funniest part is she would be too, had the roles be reversed. Yeah, that girl's a hoe, bro. That girl has all the symptoms of a hoe. Listen, if a girl goes to Italy by herself, okay, Italy is like Thailand for women. Like if a guy goes to Thailand, all right, by himself, like part of it is he wants to get laid, okay? And that's the same thing for girls who go to like Ibiza or Italy, you know, any kind of holiday in Cancun by themselves. I just saw this chick on Tinder. She was in Cancun. She was like, I'm here by myself. I'm down to do anything. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. Not there yet. But it was pretty funny. She looked like, you know, she was posting those Christian photos anyways. She was there to get dick down. Hot dude on the phone party, right? Even Annie gets jealous of other women. Owen Cave says, totally agree with you, what you said in your last video about coaching celebs. I think you'd excel at that. I would. I think guys like Drake, Conor McGregor, even Will Smith or Tom Brady are operating at a different level than most guys who aren't famous and already get a lot of women throwing at themselves and dealing with vultures. They could use a guy like you. Yeah, dude, you guys don't realize. We're going to talk about it today, but almost nobody has a game. Almost nobody has a game. Hi, MLD. With the use of AI girlfriend technology becoming more technologically advanced, do you see a major pushback from women within the next couple of years on the new AI girlfriend as it becomes more mainstream and eventual possible society's norm for men's combative shit? They will do what they do. They just bitch, but they already lost. Like, guys don't want to, like, the problem with, here's the thing about American women, right? They just don't, the women don't know how to do the female dance. They don't know how to do the mating dance. It's like their mothers failed them, because you have, like, you know, divorced people raising divorced people. American women, I don't know what it is, but they're the least feminine women on the world. They all have like this manliness about them, and they're kind of like, they're like not kind of like, you know, they're just kind of fat. They're unkempt. They just look like a dog that nobody really took care of. Like when you look at a dog and you're like, oh, this dog looks so unkempt and like not well taken care of. That's how I see the majority of American women. Like they just look like unkempt animals that nobody's taking care of. It's like nobody trained them right. They're shitting in the house. They're barking everywhere. They're ripping up things. They're pissing on the floor. It's like, what happened to you? What happened? That is like the riddle of my life, because, you know, I've gone around the world and I just met so many beautiful feminine women. Like even in Mexico, I went to Mexico and I met all these feminine women. And I'm just like, what is wrong? Like, what is happening in America? Like, why are they so manly? And the guys, they don't get it. Because guys who have never been outside of America, because you have these guys that are like America elitists and just like, dude, shut up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If you don't have a passport, you've never been outside the States, you haven't dated abroad, you don't speak into another culture, you don't like another culture's language, you haven't lived in another culture, you haven't been immersed in it, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And they're grifting, right? But I am literally trying to figure it out. That being said, there is a genre of AI that women are like super in love with. And it's like these dating eSIM games. They're actually really big in Asia. A lot of women are like playing the dating eSIM like simulators, the dating simulators. And Grok is coming out with like a male version of that guy too. And it's always some like, dark, like gothic looking Chad guy, and it's pretty funny. So I don't think I think they're going to revolt, but and we're going to talk about the importance of, because I'm really passionate about this episode tonight, because I'm here in America now, right? And I see what these guys are going through. I get to see what you guys are going through. And the amount of like just unruly, piggish, unkempt, like just like, come on, fat mannequins. Really? Is that how low as a society we have collectively said fat mannequins are okay? Like, think about that. When are we going to take our balls back as a society? When are we going to side on the side of common sense? When is that going to happen? And it's only going to happen when you get your shit together, because you're a man. All of this shit sucks because of fucking American men. Period. We're starting to take back some power now. And all the women can do is bitch about it, right? That's all they can do. But when men get together, shit gets done, right? So let's go back to the comment review before I start going on some heated rants. Another great AI movie is Companion. I've not seen that one. I'm a big movie fan like those. I'm actually probably going to watch a movie tonight because I'm not going to the gym tomorrow. My body just gave me the big middle finger. Juba, he says, it was a good show. Thanks, really. Is it possible to see you collaborating with Rolo? What did I say? I said, ask Rolo. He badmouthed me in private and says I can't pull girls that are hot. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Was the funniest thing is how he's telling this to Charlie. Like Charlie is any kind of game person at all. He's like, holy shit, I didn't know there's a problem between you and Troy Francis Solcho. I didn't expect you guys would ever have someone resource. It's kind of sad. Well, just Troy has a big mouth. He's just telling everybody everything. So like when you get to a higher level, guys, you can't have loose lips running around. You can't have backstabbing people talking about you behind your back. You have to get rid of them because they're jealous of you. And then they're eventually going to sabotage you. Gab, she says, I wonder if Elon can make an anime man the love of my life for the FFF ladies, who's a man that died. That would change the game. Those good women won over a good man who only lost him to death for not being blob. Sorry, I don't understand this. But I think are you a widow? That's really sad if you're a widow. I'm sorry. You were probably a great wife. My friend Mandy's a widow. It's really hard. She brings it up a lot. I love Mandy. She's so hot and beautiful. All right, let's go. Let's read the next one, shall we? Let's go to Ethereum. Sorry, yesterday's episode was terrible. But, oh yeah, by the way, so we had some bad internet yesterday. It's fucking holy. Rolade is old and gross. I was going to say something. My brain. Oh, okay. So yesterday we had an outage with Spectrum and everything. I do look like I've lost weight. This is fantastic. How do you guys feel? I feel like definitely face has slimmed out. Without a doubt. Yesterday we had some internet trouble, so I ordered two things. I ordered Starlink Residential, in supplementing the Spectrum that I have here, and then I also got Starlink 50 gigabyte roam and portable, just in case I want to do a mouse stride or something like that. But yeah, that was just I live in a bad service area, Anoop. That just sucks, bro. Like I said, I live in like dirt roads, bears. Like the reason I got the shotgun with slugs in it is also for the bears. right? So here we go. Can you guys tell how cooked I am? Mike Harton, he says, great show. I have a better understanding of how global liquidity and ETFs actually affect the market. Good stuff. Let's go. WStream, WMLD. See, I didn't even check these. Usually I check these. Mighty Zane, greetings from South Florida. Congrats on Steve's $2.7 thousand. Yes, he made $2.7 thousand. How much does Kaito AI cost? It's $800 a month if you buy it for a year. I think it's like $1,000 a month, and it's I got it for a year and it was $10,000, but it's fucking expensive. And this is a trap. Never do this. This is scam. Scam. All right. Sweet. So, appreciate you guys for being here. I'm slow and cooked tonight, guys. Can you tell I'm cooked? I am so cooked. I feel like my adrenals are flat. My adrenals are maxed out. I feel giga, ultra, mega cooked, man. So, anyways, let's do. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. All right. So, look. One thing that I'm going to tell you how I've come to this, right? So one thing that has come to my mind and has been really coming to my attention lately is, you know, the finality of life, right? How it's short. You know, I'm endure, I shall endure. You know, I'm going to be 40 in December, right? And so I don't know. I don't feel 40. I don't like walk around like, oh, I'm tired and exhausted like all the time. Like today, but I've been redlining my body since Monday, every day, fasted training 4 days in a row. And like all my stomach was like empty yesterday. I didn't eat that much. But I don't feel tired, and I definitely don't think I look like a 40-year-old man. I think 40 looks a little bit older than me. Right? So I feel great, but I do understand that life is coming to an end, more so for me as I get older, right? And I've been thinking about like, and this is no disrespect to anybody who's in these theoretical situations I'm about to explain. I just want you to just hear me out, okay? I'm here to help. You know, I was thinking about it when I was exhausted today, right? I was thinking, I'm just so glad that I had like decided to start working hard on myself when I was like, you know, 22, 23, right? When I got arrested and I went to jail when I was like 20 and a half years old for smoking weed, that really scared the fuck out of me. That traumatized me. And that made me, when I spent that one night in jail, it was in 33rd County Jail down in Orlando. And that next semester, the fall semester, I enrolled for 6 classes at Valencia. I decided to go back to college. And then I got a 3.5 that first semester back. You know, I got 3 A's and 3 B's on all my classes. And from that point on, I got my bachelor's degree in 3 years, right? So that really rattled me. And when your freedom is really violently taken away from you, like you're locked in a cell with other criminals, that really snaps the shit out of you, right? And I was just trying my hardest. I was always trying my best. And I just didn't realize how to find mentorships and how to find good help, right? That was the problem I had. But I was able to finally find one mentor when I was like 22-ish. That was Player Supreme. And then he helped me, you know, he was always talking about it's always confidence, and confidence comes from internally. You know, that was an early understanding of inner game at the time. But I just knew at that point I wanted to make money and I wanted to take care of myself. And I was thinking today, I was so cooked. I was so dead tired. I was just like, thank God Almighty, I played my cards right. And like, I could sleep all day if I want to. And there's nobody calling me, nobody harassing me, nobody bullshitting me. Like, I could close every door, turn off every phone, and I could just lay there and writhe in misery, right? So I was also thinking about my dating life, my sex life, and stuff like that. And I'm just so happy that I have the, you know, the ability to go and get a woman. You see, and that's the thing that a lot of you guys don't have, okay? It is just a skill set you have to learn. And I had been mastering this craft and working on it since I was 17. 17 is when I lost my virginity. I lost my virginity at Thanksgiving. It's like 2 weeks before my birthday. I was 17. And, you know, from there, I just knew like I liked girls. I wanted to sleep with girls and I wanted to figure this out. I was like, this is not magic. Like there is some kind of system. And I was like, I knew there was like this invisible force, like I was like trying to get a hold of, and just this skill set. And I just kept trying. And the more results I got, the more I wanted more, right? And it was like this self-fulfilling feedback loop that was, you know, sex rewards, right? And I'm so glad now that I'm at the point where I've taken so much good care of myself that I look good, that I have been able to take care of myself and be okay, you know, keep the lights on financially. A lot of people can't even do that. And most importantly, for most guys, I got to tell you, solving your sex problem is the most important thing you could do as a man. Real quick, 30 seconds on the clock. How many times did you think about sex today and trying to get pussy? Let's see. How much? How many times did you think about sex here? Once? 0. 17 by noon? I like the honesty. One time, and it was all day. That's funny. Over 20? Yeah. Well, it's no surprise that you are the guys with the largest amount of muscle mass and hit the gym the most. And yeah. Quite honestly, maybe 2 or 3. That's still a lot, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot. See? I was thinking about sex today, too. Oh, over 9,000. As soon as I wake up this morning, I like the honesty, Castro. You know? We all think about sex. So why would you not try to solve your sexual problem if it's the number one thing? And guys, I'm telling you, if you continue to take care of yourself, okay, and you continue to look good, you're going to continue to get sexual attraction from women, okay? And it distracts you from living your life. It distracts you from fully locking in. It distracts you from everything, right? I am not distracted by this because I know all I need to do is just take a couple shots, talk to a couple girls. Eventually, I'll find some girl to snuggle up with at night. You know? It's that simple. Doesn't matter wherever country you are in. That's it. You know, if your life path, like, for example, I'll talk about some guys like you're older, right? So let's say you're like 40s. You're 41, 42, 43, and you want to like say, oh, I just want to stay in America and try to figure it out. Like, you're honestly, if you can't figure it out here and it's in a tough place, just go to another country. Because what is the purpose of you living a sexless existence where you're single, miserable, and alone? For what? Just to pay taxes and drink beer with your buddies on the weekend? Guys, I tell you, me taking that main character arc and going out to Japan recklessly with no money, nothing at all, and figuring out, I mean, it was the best thing I've ever done, guys. I got all the sexing out of my system, right? I totally refined my skills and mastered this game. And the only way I was able to do that is through volume. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of volume. There's no way around it. So you really, and look, this is like a real come to Jesus heart-to-heart moment here, okay? You got to understand, this problem is the most important problem you have to solve in your life. It is the number one thing that majority of guys talk about, think about, okay? Everything that you want is on the other side of tremendous amounts of effort. Right, for me, I started my weight loss. I started getting serious with weight loss in June 2nd. So June 2nd, I was 196 pounds. And this morning I was 178, right? So I've lost about what is that, 18 pounds in a week and a half, or a month and a half, excuse me, which is that's actually really good. But I have been doing the Stairmaster so much, the bones in my fucking knees and ankles hurt. I just want to take another break off tomorrow, okay? I have been grinding and grinding and grinding. It is volume and volume and volume and volume. And it's also volume and volume of calorie deficits. My calorie deficit is consistent. I grow it on days. There's some days I only eat like 900 calories, right? Because I'm aggressively cutting this off, you know? If you want to get good at cryptocurrency, you know, I am a motherfucking expert at cryptocurrency. Okay, I am a top level expert crypto trader. Okay, I have generated millions and I have lost millions. Okay, and it was through 8 long years of consistent study. Like, look how I've evolved now. I've become an ETF and meme coin master. You know, through checking the ETFs every single day, checking meme coins every day, going through Pump Fund, checking all the different things. Everything that you want is volume. So again, I want to make it abundantly and completely clear to you guys, okay, that if you're not doing a lot of volume for whatever you're trying to get ahead in, you're going to fail. You are not going to succeed. And let's talk about dating, okay? The number one thing that you guys are afraid of is a fear. You guys are afraid of rejection. That's the only thing. You're afraid of not saying the right thing. You're afraid of not doing it the right way. You're afraid, you're afraid, you're afraid. So you take your fake fears, you go home, and what do? You look at pornography. You start jerking off. You know, some of you guys start paying prostitutes, right? You know, the problem is your fear. The problem is your lack of direction and guidance. That's the main problem. The only reason we feel fear is because there's uncertainty, and because of that uncertainty, we lean to the side of thinking, you know, oh man, you know what? This is gonna end up bad. You assume the worst. Guys, I am telling you, I see it in my friend group. You know, it's crazy. I see a lot of my friends that I grew up with and how they have just not risen to certain expectations of what they could do. It's very sad. It's very sad. And what's the saddest part is they have the greatest resource to tell them what they need to do right next to them, which is me. And they refused. And now I'm watching people very fat, huge, gigantic, single, depressed, unhappy, still drinking alcohol, still destroying their bodies. You know, very sad. Like, people always want to, say, oh, I'm never getting married, never getting married. You guys are stupid. You guys are dumb. Okay? Every massive content creator that I know of, they all have some fucking partner in the background, some kind of woman in the background. Donovan, Rich, Rolo, Myron, you know, they got some, and they're like, never get married, never get married. You know? No way. That's crazy. You know, you guys have to understand when you are single, it's like single people are more likely, this is men and women, okay? Single people are more likely to have mental diseases, okay? They're more likely to be mentally unstable, okay? Single people are unhappier, right? Single women are on a bunch of prescription drugs, you know, mainly antidepressants, right? I think, let me see. I have this. Yeah, so antidepressant usage by gender. Women is 17.7% of American women are on an antidepressant. 8.4% of men are, right? Women are 2.5 times more likely to take antidepressants than men. Peak usage of antidepressants with women is usually in their 40s to 50s. That's 23% of them. By relationship status, married partners are the married partners have the lowest psychotropic medication usage. Cohabitation is higher usage than married, and then single/living alone, highest usage rates. Okay, and in regards to long-term usage, 68% of users have been antidepressants for 2+ years, and 21.4% of males and 27.2% of males have been taking them for 10+ years. So when you're on there, you're on there. It's pretty wild. Mental health medication usage is the lowest amongst married individuals. Singles have the highest rates of it, and cohabitating find they're in between the middle, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're having trouble in your dating life now and you're not working to fix it, you're only going to have worse and worse and worse future, okay? And that's just, you know, not okay. I have been in a relationship with a fucking series of beautiful and amazing women ever since you saw me live streaming. There was Miss MLD. And then, you know, she knew I was fucking, I told her I was a wild one from day one. I said, look, I am a wild animal. I'm probably never going to change. And I just think you are way too good of a girl for a piece of garbage like me. That's what I literally told her. I was like, because I'm out here just, you know, slinging dick like a hot dog salesman outside of the Super Bowl. Right. And, you know, I fucking just told her, but she loved me, still wanted to be with me. And then I said, okay, fine, we do this, you know? And I think if I didn't have that woman's good love and support, I would never have been able to make this channel what it has been. Because she always told me, you're the hardest worker I ever met. You are so amazing. You're so handsome. You're so smart. You care about people. She's like, you have the ability, because she's very introverted. She's like, it's just amazing that you have the ability to go anywhere and talk to anybody and make friends, you know? And it's just like the average guy, and here's another side, right? For you guys that are really not mastering your game, okay, is you guys don't understand. If you don't master the game, you're not going to get the best possible woman that you want, okay? You know, the women that I have been with lately have been some of the best women I've ever met in my life. And I'm not talking about these American scallywags. I'm talking about the girls from Asia and stuff. I still stand by you. Put it on my fucking tombstone. American women are the bottom of the global barrel. Unkempt, filthy pigs. Disgrace. The number one examples of a disgrace of a woman and femininity, it's American women. I'll stand by that. And that being said, you know, these women have been amazing, buying me stuff, making me stuff. Look at this. How many of you guys have a woman that just because she wanted to make you a fan because she says, "Oh, I noticed you're hot on your streams, so I made you a fan." Is this like super gay as fuck? Yeah, it is, but it's also made with love. And you know how, like, who would not like want a really hot girl like thinking about you and wanting to take care of you? Yeah, the moth killer, right? This is the moth killer. We killed the moth with this last time. You know, I dated a Chinese girl for a bit. She was a little crazy as fuck, but you know, even in her own craziness, I was able to tame her. It was honestly, it was for her own good too. She leveled up too. That's another thing too. When you're a real boss and you're about your shit and you're focused on money, muscles, game frame, you're actually taking care of yourself. You know, another thing is you're gonna start like making these women better, right? You're gonna start like they're gonna start learning and becoming better people because they leave a better woman, right? And I just looking back, I fucking sound like so old. Like looking back on my life. I'm looking back on my life in my, you know, my 30s and stuff. And it's just all these amazing, beautiful women that were like happy to be there, happy to be with me, happy to help me. And the average guy, he has to settle for scraps. And the average guy, a lot of these guys are just settling with these fucking pigs that are ungrateful, that treat the guy like shit. That's why, like, you know what really pisses me off, guys? When I see a bunch of memes that are like, oh, how I react when my wife is so angry, and it's like a fucking cartoon of like a guy like running afraid of his girl. That shit makes me sick, bro. My girl, I'm not afraid of any fucking woman in my life. If anything, they're afraid of me leaving them. If anybody has fear, it's them that have fear about me. And that's how you run a real top of the line relationship. And that's what I teach you on this channel. And it's never going to change. I'm not going to lower my fucking standards to create a bunch of army of fucking mediocre fuck faces. Okay? I want an army of elite guys. And it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter how fucking old you are, to a degree, you know? If you start getting up there and you neglect yourself, like you might be, you hit what I call is the men loser wall. Okay? The men loser wall. Okay? So, you know, but if you're within certain, I would say like, I've helped a guy turn it around as old as in his 50s, and he turned around and started like banging a bunch of girls. But he took care of himself. He's a good-looking guy. He takes care of his body. You know, he's smart. He's disciplined. You know, but 18 to like 55, you could still turn it around. But don't fucking wait to the end. Like, what are you waiting for? Waiting for when you're going to be more younger, more energized? You know, you guys think like, oh, I just need more research. I need more research. This is the most bullshit thing of your entire fucking life you've ever said. You don't need more research. Only one thing brings clarity, and that is taking action. Period. Period. Okay? And another thing is this. You guys got to read in between the lines when you're worshiping certain content creators and there's allegation after allegation after allegation coming up with the same thing, okay? You want to look up to guys that have exactly what you want. Happy, healthy relationship, stable relationship. Do you know how many of these fucking guys are like PUAs? Like I said, I've seen it all. I've seen it all behind the scenes, in court. You know, I've seen it everywhere. These, you know, PUA guys, they're good at sex. They're terrible at relationships. And they always got some. These PUA guys are off in themselves in their 40s. It's consistently happening. They can't get a girl. They don't know how to build emotional connection. They just know how to get the carnal sexual connection. You know, game is far more deeper than that. Game is like when you truly owned a woman's mind and she's happily possessed by you. That's how you know you got it going on. And I've done it time and time again, woman to woman again, around the fucking globe. You give me a chance, you come to me with an open heart, you will fall in love with me, sister. Okay? So, think about that for a second. Because you don't want to end up alone. And guys, if you are after the age of 35 and you don't have any kind of serious contender around you for a wife and when I say wife, okay, I say wife in the sense you better protect your fucking assets. Put it in a trust. Make her sign like the most fucking draconian ever prenuptial agreement. Okay, I don't give a shit because the government gets involved, then everybody's fucked. And I don't think anybody should get married without a prenuptial agreement. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. Anybody says like, oh, not me, bro, my girl, you're a fucking dickhead. You're a dumbass. You have no idea about risk management. You're a stupid person. Okay? People change. Sometimes people change at the drop of a fucking hat. And the last thing you want to do is be financially enslaved to somebody who hates you. And the penalty of you not paying that is you losing your license and then going to jail. You see it happening. Didn't Birdman, woman, he was dating her for 18 years and then she married him and then 6 months later she just divorced him. Didn't they just have that? Didn't that just happen? I know Dwight Howard, that just happened. And then I think Birdman, that just happened recently. Am I right? Somebody catch me up in the chat. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Dwight Howard is for sure. But Dwight Howard been a simp. But no way. Are you serious, Intermediary Joe? Right now I have to make $4,000 payments to XY. Are you serious? This is a joke, right? That's a lot of money. US dollars or Canadian dollars? Where did you get married? Fucking New York? I'm like holding on to the end of my... I was the guy that called you last week. Oh, no. Oh, see, your dick got you in trouble. And you didn't book your consult. Look at you. You're going to figure it out on your own, huh? This is what I'm talking about. Every fucking man, he's got this self-righteous, not me. I won't look at the entire destruction around me, sadness and depression of my dating life. I won't look at that around because I am the righteous man that figures it all out on his own. Okay. Despite having no evidence of that. Fucking Christ. Jesus Christ, brother. $4,000? That's alimony? Or that has to be alimony. And now you got this other bitch pregnant. So you're going to be paying out more money to this other chick too, bro. Look at you. Yes, he's the one that with the Thai wife. You girls are so... I love you girls. You pay attention. Well, listen, intermarriage. No disrespect, bro. But like I said, you need to get your head out your ass because you clearly fucking suck at this thing. And you need to figure it out. Especially as horny as you are. Look at you. You're in fucking total financial mayhem with that, bro. Fucking hell, mate. Jesus. God in heaven. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm saying. You guys have to figure this shit out. You know? And it's just volume. It's the biggest problem of your life, guys. Pornography is a multi-billion-dollar industry because of men wanting to solve their sexual problems. OnlyFans. Fucking AI girlfriend. Now, my message is absolutely going to fall on deaf ears. But for those of you that can actually and truly hear me, and you want to master the skill, you don't understand. This skill, okay? This skill is the number one skill that impresses men. My ability to pick up women has opened the doors for so many powerful men to come into my life and help me, because they have all this money and they have all this power. And guys with money and power, that's what they want. They want money and power. But when they see me versus them talk to a girl, and they see the reaction that I get versus what they get, and they know what they want, that's when they start to respect you. Because, guys, the majority of guys suck with women. Celebrities suck with women. Politicians suck with men. You don't believe me? What's the big thing going on? What's the big scandal with the Trump and all the stuff? It's a certain island and a list of people. Imagine if those dudes had game. You think you would ever catch me going to some Diddy freak off party or going to some weird island to get some hoes? I could just go right here to like the local bars, and I could just consistently show up and talk to girls. There's girls who stare me down at the gym. There's these two girls. I know there's these two married girls. I know they are like talk about me and scope me out. Because this morning I came in, and I typically first thing I do is go to the Stairmaster, but today I didn't. And they saw me coming in through the front, like the back area, and then I walked in, and both of them are on the Stairmaster with like the one spot next. And they've done one of the girls has done that before. They're fine as fuck too, but you know. That's another thing. I see opportunity. I see it everywhere. Like, I can tell when girls are like looking at me and wanting a piece of action, when they look at you a certain way, right? And so it's a fucking, dude, you want to talk about true confidence, true power? That's what it is. Everybody, why does everybody want to get rich? Because they think getting money is going to get pussy. Why do all these guys go to the gym? Oh, I got to get jacked. Then I'll get some girls, right? What are they want? I want status. I want this. I want that. Everything is to get girls, except for the one thing that gets girls and keeps them, which is learning game, learning female psychology, understanding what is truth, understanding what is bullshit. You know what I mean? So, and when you develop that core confidence, that rock solid, deep rooted confidence in yourself, like I said, you know, everybody around you feels it, and that's when you start getting the haters. You know, like if you don't have haters, you're not that, like, you're not doing that hot. You know. Yeah, Homath. There's another guy. This guy's whole career, his whole fucking situation is him whining about women. Like literally whining about women. Think about that. So, my thing to you guys is you just have to do volume. Remember, it's a multiple step process. First, it's having the courage to go talk to the girl. Then developing the skill set of having a good conversation. And then how to switch the conversation to getting contact information, or, you know, feel her out right there. See if she wants to go have sex immediately. You know, there are so many steps that you have to master along the way, but sitting there and researching, studying, you're just full of shit. You are full of shit. Period. Like, if you went to a boxing gym and there was a guy reading boxing books every day, and you're like, get in the ring. He's like, no, I'm just going to keep reading. Get in the ring. No, I'm going to keep reading. Get in the ring. No, I'm going to keep reading. Eventually, everybody in the gym is going to be like, this guy's a fucking pussy. This guy is a fucking pussy, and he's afraid to fight. So along that train of logic, what are you? Think about that. I'll see you tomorrow.